th- all right, so we are recording this session. We are not going to be able to make this available, but in a future date, it's a possibility. But before we begin, may I invite us to center for a moment? May I invite you to take a moment to just sit and breathe. And this is a practice that I've followed in coaching for a while. It helps me as a coach, and it'll help me to conduct this session, lead this session, connect with the source of where it is coming from. And if you can support me in this action, I'll also invite you to make yourself comfortable if you like. Sit back with your back straight. Just breathe. And whenever you feel ready, gently close your eyes. Gently allow your eyes to be closed. And just breathe. Breathe in and allow the breath to be released. Breathe in again and release again. And as you continue to breathe, release whatever is present for you right now. If you've joined in just now, gently close your eyes, sit comfortably, and breathe away whatever is present for you right now. Slow everything down. Relax completely. Set aside any judgment, any expectation, and connect. Tune in to your own heart, to your own magnificence in your own heart. Establish a firm and ever-deepening connection with yourself. And allow the source in your heart to guide you to express your real self most openly, and trust it. Trust the guidance that is available from your heart. The inspiration, the motivation that's already readily available in your heart. Tune in, anchor yourself to it. Breathe in, create an intention to be purposeful in this session. Bring an intention that this session would make a difference to you. It's not for another wisdom, for knowledge. It's so that you make some difference to yourself. What difference are you inspired to make to yourself? Anchor yourself to it. Breathe in, relax completely, slow down, and whenever you are ready, gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for honoring me with your attendance. Thanks for showing up for this session that we are calling Honoring Ourselves. I'm fully present that this is an honor to connect with you and to conduct this session. I'm in presence of huge people I know. I can see people with decades of powerful experience, not just in corporate world, but also of practicing spirituality and personal mastery and self-development. I can see that there are people who have acute wisdom. I can see here people who are coaching senior coaches. So there is no lack of experience, wisdom, knowledge. These are all successful people. I'm fully present that there's nothing new to tell you. I'm fully aware that what I'm going to share, you already know. I'll invite you also to bring your awareness to the fact that there is no magical new information that will make a difference to you. So there is a new way that I'll invite you to participate with. Don't listen to learn anything. Like something new will show up today, some new wisdom that is to be used someday. I will say nothing remarkable, so don't expect it. You know it all. You're smart, you're well read. And yet this session can be powerful if you take responsibility for it. Listen powerfully. This session will be powerful in your listening, not in my speaking. This session, see if you can bring your commitment. See if you can be a stand to make a difference in your own life. What difference? Whatever difference you want to make. See if you can commit to creating a powerful shift to transform in a way that is important to you, nothing else. See if you are willing, and if you can bring yourself to be willing to take responsibility for how today's session impacts you. Can you take responsibility for how today's session impacts you? Create an intention that it will impact you. Decide that it will impact you. Be ready to be moved and inspired, irrespective of what I say. That I'm inviting you to take responsibility, because that is what will turn this session magical. I'm not going to say anything remarkable. You know it all. But I'll tell you, I am a stand to make a difference today. I am a stand, I'm committed, absolutely committed, that I am here to make a difference in the way that you would rather have it. So see if you can bring your integrity to participation. Use headphones to listen carefully if that works for you. Silent your phones from ringing. Request to be undisturbed where you are sitting. Participate exactly as you're supposed to participate. Respond when you're invited to respond. Ready a pen and a notepad. See if you can keep water ready, whatever it is that you need. Bring your integrity to participation. So it's not meant to be heavy or so silent as it is going as of now. So may I invite all of you to just share your name and your locations once again, either through chat or just unmute and share. Where are you from? What are you doing? Where are you from? A little bit about your name. Just give me some sound so that I can know that we are feeling connected. We are once again together. That will give me the energy to continue. Just unmute, share where you're from. Amit, where are you from? Can't hear you yet, Amit, for some reason. You're unmuted, but I still can't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Perfect.
Hey, great. So hello, everyone. My name is Amit Shah, and I'm from Mumbai.
Thanks, Amit. Thank you so much for joining. We already heard Shashi. She's my Mosi. She's my mother's younger sister, here to bless me and encourage me. That's her only reason for being here. I know that there's nothing that I could add to what she already knows. She's a wise human being. She is in US, and I imagine it's a huge commitment for her to join. Thank you so much, Auntie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will learn. I will learn from you today.
Yeah, I know I know that. I know how ironic that is. I'm also in presence of course, Hemant, who's our top leader, and you are decades and decades of experience of teaching coaches. And thanks for joining, Hemant, and thanks for staying connected. I know that what I'm introducing is something that you're a master at, but this is something that we are continuing to grow in. So this is beautiful. To have you is an encouragement. I'm also in presence of Nidhi. Nidhi is a top corporate leader, a powerful coach, decades of experience and coaching energy. I know the spiritual wisdom that you bring to your coaching. So thanks for being here to encourage us. And Surbhi is a cousin, and love you, and thank you so much for being here. Satish, oh, I'm so sorry. I think ma'am, you're appearing in another name, is it? You're muted yet. You're muted yet. You mute. Yeah, now it's better.
Okay, now you can hear me?
perfect.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Tish Bala Dharni.
Thank you
And
so much.
I'm
Go on, please.
from San Diego, California. And I want to tell you that I'm your Mausy's best friend. And she's the
Wow.
one who introduced me with this session.
She's keeping my flag high. She's keeping my flag full. Thank you so much.
So
Thank you.
yeah, we are joining together here.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
the first
Mr.
time
Kanhaiya, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Kanhaiya, where are you from?
Hello everyone, this is Kanhaiya. I am from Pune. I am working in a IT industry,
Thank you
and
so
I'm
much. Thank you so much.
also going
Yeah,
to coaching sessions with Heman.
brilliant. Thank you so much for connecting. It's an honor to be with you.
And thank you for your this session as well.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Vinay, Anirudh, Meena.
Hello, can
Yes,
you hear
Vinay,
me?
I can hear you, but not yet see you.
You want to see me? Okay. I may not be so pleasant looking, but you are.
We love you before
Okay.
we can see you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I
You look-
hope.
You look awesome.
Thank you so much. So, I retired from Wipro. I'm a civil engineer, Six Sigma black belt. Presently, I am running my own website, vrsolver.in, which gives explanation to CBSE English students class 9 to class 12 free of cost.
And where are you joining from, sir?
I am presently based at Udaipur, Rajasthan. My younger daughter Trisha is a coachee of Hemant Deshpande Institute, introduced by Shubhangi Madam. I got to see her face for the first time, and this is how I'm here.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'm also present. Thank you so much, sir. I'm also present to Sister Neelam. I'm present to many versions of Padmakshi once again, and also Anirudh, Meena, Amit. To save time, I'll invite you to share it over chat where you're from. We'll get to know you better. And if you permit me, we will begin the session. Yep. Do I have your go ahead? All right. I'll invite you to please continue to chat, see if you can stay connected and see if you can continue to respond. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try if we can introduce some games in our life. So what is it that a word game evokes in you? We're going to introduce some games in our lives. So what does it evoke? Survi, what does it bring to your mind when we think about the word game?
Fun.
So exactly. So what we are intending is that the games that we introduce ought to be lighthearted, fun, happy, amusing. But what fun would be there in a game which is not challenging? And it doesn't evoke some kind of progress, does not evoke a sense of victory, does not have a final goal or a prize. So these games are meant to be first fun, but they must at the same time bring something that gives us a sense of progress, gives me a sense of victory or a goal. But these are games that you choose. You choose to introduce your games, your choice, your rules. You are the referee, you win, you take the prize. But in these games, as we talk about these games, the power of these games is that they can make a difference in your life. The idea is to introduce such games, and the word games is that only the game which is lighthearted and fun will stay alive. Otherwise, a game which is a should or a heavy must, or which introduces guilt or shame when we don't play it, that kind of game cannot stay alive for long. So we have to keep it light. So your role are two. The first is it is your role to choose a game. We'll talk about it. What does it take to choose a game? The second is I'm inviting you to take a stand that only if you keep the game alive, it is alive, otherwise it dies. And the way to keep the game alive is to keep it visual, to keep it in writing. Whatever you practice, you bring into your life, it will need to be monitored. and preferably visibly in writing. Otherwise it dies. That's the stand that I'm inviting you to take. It doesn't even have to be a fact that it dies. I'm inviting you that you take a stand that a game that you introduce in your life stays alive only if you keep it in writing and visible to you. So we're talking about games. We're talking about light-hearted games that add value. The second role that I'm inviting you to play is what I just mentioned, to keep it light, to keep it really light. No should, no must, no guilt. It's a preference. If you want it, if it's okay, you let it release it. But if it adds value, see if you can continue to keep these games alive. But there are certain barriers to introducing things and practices which add value to our lives. We all know what to do in our lives, but to introduce practices, there are certain barriers. So if you can think of any barriers, when you think of what will add value to your life, there are certain barriers that come along. There are certain mental barriers, there are certain attitudinal barriers. And if you can think of what are those kinds of things, is it true or not that when you want to introduce something new in your life, something that will benefit you, you automatically already are confronted with certain internal barriers. One of those barriers is like, this is tough. This is going to be heavy. This is going to be difficult to keep up. Are there any barriers that you sense in your life? What are those kinds of barriers that you experience? Can you type it out? Just type it out. I'm looking at your chat. Just type out what are the barriers that you experience when you are trying to introduce a practice that will keep your life going upwards in the direction where you want to take it. See, this is a part of participating with integrity. Resistance to change. Thank you, Mant. Phobia to get into something that we are not used to. Unawareness or lack of resources, challenging yourself. Fear of losing. Can't put my coaching services on social media. Go on. What are those kind of barriers which prevent you from failing? Fear of failing. Fear of failing. See, we'll address these today. We'll see how we can circumvent. How is it that we can be more powerful in the area of our own lives? And the first thing that I want to address is what I face often, that this is going to be tough. This is one of those things, this is too big for me. This is a huge barrier. This is something big and I'm too small and I won't be able to do it. See, this is difficult. The word that it is difficult, that it is tough. Now I want you to distinguish that, it's too dark. If I was to look outside to what is open outside, I'm actually sitting in Paris here today, so it's still darkness here. But if one was to look out of the window, there is no physical difficulty outside. You can't find difficulty and show it to somebody who's come from another planet that this is what we call difficulty. In fact, a child who's handicapped, who's lived a life, who's still too young to really notice what does it mean to have a difficult life, is happy even if the child is not able to walk around. He's happy. He's living a fulfilling life even as a child. Difficulty does not exist for him because he's not acquired the language to call it difficult. He's having fun. Dolphins are facing extinction in the ocean. But you talk to dolphins, are you facing a challenge? They say, no way. Dolphins do not know what difficulty is. Not a challenge is what tough is. This tough and difficulty are what we are verbalizing and making it tough for us. Is not so tangibly. It begins to be so when we begin to talk of it as so. The word abracadabra that magicians use to create something literally means in a language called Aramaic, it means I will create as I speak. So notice when we say it's tough, it begins to get tough. In fact, our reality is made up of what we describe. We think that the language that we are using is only describing what is so. But what we are saying actually makes our own reality. Notice that if you are working in a team and a new member walks in, and one of the people proposes that the person appears to be a little selfish, And if you say, no way, that person is so generous, no new reality is constructed because there was no agreement reached that this is the truth. But if you also said, I also notice that she is a little bit selfish, now a new reality has begun that she is indeed selfish. And now you will see evidence that she is indeed selfish, and more evidence is gathered. So the point that I'm making is be extremely cautious of what comes out of your mouth about what you want to create in your life. If you are saying it is tough, it definitely is tough. If you are saying it is easy, it begins to get easy. There is no tough or easy. A dog leaps over a fence, which is very high. People clap. Dog has no clue what the hell it accomplished. It is just jumping. It did not do anything extraordinary. It didn't do anything tough. We call it tough. In our language is where tough and extraordinary accomplishments exist. Otherwise, it is just action. So the first thing that I'm inviting you to take responsibility for is that we create by speaking. We don't just create the description, we create evidence. See, remember that woman who walked into my team and I said, she's not selfish. If I say she's not selfish, I'll create evidence of her generosity. See, she also gave me a pen when I needed it. But if we all agree that she is selfish, I'll find selfishness even in her way of looking. Notice how selfishly she's looking. She's so judgmental about everything. We do not just describe, we create, and we do not just create an opinion, we create evidence. We create proof that it is really so. And the world transforms based on what we are describing. So be very careful. And when we are talking about this, you also know we are Indians, even if we are sitting somewhere in US. We know Brahma is the god of creation. That's how it is described in our scriptures. And Vak or speech or Shruti is the power of Brahma, or it is the responsibility of Brahma. And Brahma creates. By speaking is how creation happens. Brahma is the god of creation, we know that. And his power, his responsibility is Shruti and speech, and that's how it is. So creation is what is happening as we are speaking. Be very responsible for what comes out of your mouth when you're describing something that you want to take on in our life. That's what we want to begin with. So let's begin. See what it takes to create a game, and see what is this conversation about, and really allow what follows to have an impact on you. Otherwise, this is just knowledgeable information. You've got plenty of it. Allow what I'm sharing, what I'm inviting you to consider to impact you. First question. Suppose, imagine you have an extremely important task to give to someone else. Like, for example, if you have an important medicine to deliver to somebody that you really, really care for. Now, you know a lot of people to choose who could carry that medicine to the loved one that you want it to be delivered to. Who would you choose? Now, I'm inviting you to consider what are the qualities that form your basis of making a selection of the person who will carry this very important medicine to your loved one. What are those qualities that you must keep in mind while selecting, while making a choice out of 20 people you know, that this is the right person who will take this medicine and deliver it rightly? I will invite you to please type out your answers. See, so trust and belief, make it real. Let's imagine that your father just retired and all his retirement money is in a demand draft. Now that has to be taken to another city and put into the bank. When you are giving this demand draft to people, you're looking at 20 friends, 20 relatives, and you make a selection of one person. What are the bases on which that selection is made? Type out your answers, please. I can see that this is about responsibility. This is about trust and belief and speaking truth, not as expected by the. Let me see. What are the qualities? Let me give you another example. suppose your child, your little girl or your little son is going to another country to study, and you need to select a local guardian who will be on the beck and call of your child when the child is even just in a bad mood. Forget about sickness. You need the person to stand by your child. You are making a selection out of n number of people you know. What are those qualities that come to your mind? Give it to me. Just type it out, please. When you are choosing a job of highest responsibility, what qualities do you look for in a person? Reliable, alacrity, perseverance, one who prescribes to make it happen, one who is close to me, heartily emotions with that person, who is actually one with me as far as my emotions is concerned, who understands how important it is. Do not stay out of this game. Please write down what is important to you. What are those qualities which will make you choose such a person? Suppose you're not going to class today. Suppose in your school days you are not going to school one day because something very important came up. You needed, and this was the day of examination, you needed a message to be given to the principal that you're not coming because, and then you know that this message must reach on time. What is the kind of person that you ask this message to take to the principal? Or it could be for your child. Right, guys. Ability to stay calm under pressure, trustworthy and capable, caring, approachable, beautiful, kind and reliable, someone who will make it happen, come what may. A close person, this is such a beautiful way to put it, a person who really gets it, that how important it is for me. It's not just that you already are you willing to get it, how important it is for me that my DD of my father's entire retirement money reaches properly? Do you get it that how important my little girl is who's living in another country? And you are kind of thinking it's only fever. No. Get it how important emotionally it is for me. Who is responsible, a doer. Give it to me, guys. Give it to me a little bit more. So you don't just give such tasks to anyone. You don't give it to, you know what kind of people are there in the world around you, around our relatives, around our friends. You don't give it to just about anyone. You give it to someone who has this commitment and track record and dependable, highest dependability. Now I'm inviting you and to imagine if there were a person, and human, we are not taking it to divine level, a human being who is at an infinite level of this quality. See if you can imagine that there's a human being. Just imagine that there's a human being who is at an infinite level of commitment to you, dependability, track record, who's intimately close to your emotion, who understands what you mean and who relates to your emotions, values your emotions, values what you value. And I'm asking you to imagine such a human being. Even if you do not know such a human being exists, see if you can imagine a human being who's responsible to you in a fashion in which the person will not let you down under any circumstances. See if you can imagine such a human being. Allow it to invoke in you an imagination that really such a person existed. That really suppose these qualities that we are talking about of being a close friend is major, or all of these qualities that we are calling responsibility, commitment, trustworthiness, we are measuring it on a scale of 0 to 10. This person is on 100. He's like unbelievably trustworthy. So high in commitment that she will never let you down, completely approachable, and completely communicates to you when something is not going to get done. This is not going to get done. You will know instantaneously this is not going to get done. And so some new plans can happen. Does not make these extraordinary commitments, which will not get done. The person is kind and reliable, as Surbhi said, caring and trustworthy, and resourceful, as Nithi said, but infinite. But it is about being calm under pressure, committed, trustworthy, and reliable. See if you can bring yourself to imagine such a human being. And now my question to you is that suppose you came home one day and you found such a human being sitting among 10 other people. What does such a person's presence invoke in you? So first of all, this is not a dialogue which can happen from the seashore. You'll have to sit in water, stand in water, and emerge. You have to really see comfort. When you are in the presence of a person who is at an infinite level of dependability, trustworthiness, responsibility, commitment to you, emotional closeness, what does such a person's presence invoke in you? Type out your answers, please. Inspiration, comfort. I get you. I get you completely. What do you mean by comfort here? Connection, happiness. You notice, you just came back from office or wherever you were outside, you notice there are 12 people sitting, and in that one person who's got an infinite level of these qualities of trustworthiness is sitting. What does it invoke in you? Moral support. Feel safe. Allow this to be real to you. I'll feel it in your bones, feel it in your cells. What does it invoke? Moral support. Ease with myself, my interaction with that. Ease is the word. See the transparency it is creating, see the power that it is creating, just the person's presence is creating. And I'm asking you to make it even more real. Don't leave it out. This exercise, this work that we are doing matters. I'm asking you once again, this person is at the highest level of dependability and communicates so powerfully that there is nothing hidden between you and the person. Whatever is true for you, as far as this is important to me, the person knows instantaneously, and it is important, just as important as it is to you. The person will not let you down. This is the commitment of the human being. What does his presence invoke in you? Inner thoughts, peace of mind, relief, inner joy. I'm asking you to keep the person human, but such a human being invokes all of this. Make it more real. Allow it to impact you. Allow it to reach you. Allow it to move you. Allow this conversation to get to you. Otherwise, it's theoretical. You know enough theories. You are in presence of a human being who's never going to let you down. You feel relaxed, blessed. My next question. If such a human being speaks, talks, casually having a conversation or saying something, what is the way of communicating of such a human being? You notice something is distinctive about such a human being. I'm talking about a human person who has the highest credibility. You know that person, what he's saying, you trust because he trusts, she trusts, because this person is powerful in dependability. Tell me, this is such an intimate thing. You get a feeling that that person belongs to you and you belong to that human being. So my question is, when that person is speaking, what is the manner of the person's expression? What is the way that the person speaks? Type it out, guys. This is lovely. You're doing brilliantly well. Compassionate. Minimum words communicate a lot. Calm. Intention is pure. This is so brilliant. This is so brilliantly expressed, each one. Silent says it all. Just with the presence. When the person is conveying, speaking, communicating, what is the manner? Just type it out, guys. You can be yourself completely in the person's presence. Embraced is how you feel, completely relaxed. The person's way of speaking is, this is awesome words. They are so invocative. See if you can be real. If you have not typed out these words, this exercise will not reach you. Please type it out, whatever it is true for you. When the person communicates, you get the person's compassion. You get that words communicate more than what is spoken. Handful of words, but so much substance. You notice the gestures and feeling. You notice that it's serene and loving. You can notice there is no judgment. You can notice there is concern, that the person is concerned. You notice authentic concern, that the person is not just saying it, that the person cares. There's a genuine concern. When the person is speaking, this is what you're getting. It's tranquil, it's generating tranquility, this happy, smiling eyes. It's the person is generating patience, motivating, honest and straight, nothing hidden. When the person communicates, there's nothing hidden. The person means exactly what he says, straight. You get what it as it is, and you still love it. You don't mind it. You love to have it straight because there is no judgment. This is brilliant as an expression. This is an end of all worries. So when the person speaks, this is how he speaks or she speaks. Now, what is the way of your listening in the person's presence? When the person is speaking, what is the way of your listening? What shows up for you? Engrossed, total surrender. Brilliant. You'd give up to yourself to the person. He's speaking for my good, I should listen. For my good, I should listen. I do not know what the person is speaking, but I am all ears. I know this guy. This guy is exactly what he's saying. I'm going to completely be dependent on the person because the person is so dependable. He's so trustworthy. I'm really, really curious. I'm really curious. I'm bringing all my curiosity and placing on the feet of such a person who's actually so powerfully authentic and cares that I do not want to let go of a single word that comes out of a person's mouth. I'm perfectly attentive. So just give me a few more. If it's not yet completely real to you, that when you are in the presence of such a human being, when the person is speaking, you are fully, and it doesn't have to be intellectual words. You know this is coming from your heart. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your heart. This is not an exercise here. This is the exercise here. You are present to the person and you're completely focused. Allow this to sink in. It's a quality of unconditional love. How powerful. Determined, I'm determined. I'm resolved to listen with an open heart and mind. Open like this, not like this, closed and protecting my, I'm listening to you. Reverence and love. Communication just flows. It's a two-way communication. It's just flow. It's just flow. So my question to you guys is this. If the person asks you for a glass of water, and real question, the person is saying, is sitting in your home, and the person says, can I have a glass of water? Make it real. This is a real request. Can I have a glass of water? What's your immediate reaction? Do you yell to a servant, can you get him a glass of water, please? 5 minutes. I'll just go and get it. I'm listening to you right now. So give me some real thing. What is it? Instantaneously. Move and get it. I will serve. Let me get it. If the person is asking for a simple glass of water, you run. You run to the kitchen and get it. You're not going to just, okay, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Right now, my feet are tired. If the person is asking for, and allow it to be real, guys, I cannot make it real. You have to make it real. You have to let it impact you. You have to take responsibility of what this creates for you. It works and it will make a difference. So I'm asking you to be impacted by this. Now, if the person that is most dependable, highest and trustworthy, intimately close, communicates powerfully, is one with you, and takes responsibility for what you care for, such a human being asks you for a cup of tea. You're gonna go run and make it. You step aside my servants or my sisters or my wife or my husband, let me make it. I want to wipe the saucer and the cup and get it in the fashion in which it reflects my value of such a human being. Can you sense it? Is this real for you here? Is this real for you here? Otherwise, I failed. Tell me if it is real for you in your heart that you care for this human being. Not now. You tell me, why are you running and getting tea for the person? Is it because you have to? You should. You have to. You want. You must. Is it a duty? Is it dharma? Let me ask you another question. If the person says, let's not have tea today. Let's just for today, let's give up tea. What's your response? Let's give up tea for just the day. Just one day, let's give up tea. Okay. Whatever you say. Can you sense it? Sure, let's do it. Whatever you say. Fine. Absolutely. Can you sense it? Make it real for you. Now, guys, this person who is this highest value, that honor that you're giving to the person, can you see how much honor you have for such a human being? This person is actually you. This person is not there. This person is actually you. You see, what are the qualities? The qualities are dependability to you. Does what you want to do, want that person to do. Cares for what you care. Listens exactly to what you're communicating and stands for what is important to you. This person, if it were that you were listening to yourself, honoring yourself, truly honoring yourself, then it's you. If you really gave up tea when you said, let's give up tea for the day, then you honor yourself. It's not an action. It's not something that you do out of should or you must, you have to. It is something which is true to you. It's a truest expression of who you are. So here you are. I'll invite you to one more exercise. Permit yourself to dream. And the dream is, what if you magically became somebody that you just did not ever disappoint yourself? Ever. Did not disappoint myself. I do not disappoint myself. Just did not ever let yourself down, whatever it means to let you down. Once you decided something, you did exactly what you decided. Exactly. Never delaying, never procrastinating, never neglecting, never ignoring, paying attention. Once you decide something, you did exactly that. Once you gave your word to yourself or to others, you lived by it perfectly. Straight. Even in small matters. You just did not let yourself down. Simple. Look inwards and find such a huge human being that does not let herself or himself down. Once she decides something, she does. Once he has given a word to someone else that this will be done, your medicine will be with your loved one. It depends upon, I'll do it with my life. Your ward, your child, your friend, you're communicating to the friend, your child is my responsibility. If she sneezes, I'm at her door. This is the human being that I am. Because my commitment comes from what I know. I value you. And that's what you stand for. Your commitment is what you know that other people are counting you on. Suppose you were such a human being. Look inward and see if you can find that huge person that you truly, completely honor. See, this is the work that we are doing. Look inward right now. Allow this to touch you. Look inward and discover, wow, this is a huge human being that I am. What does it evoke in your heart? What is your experience of it? Right, guys? When you look inward, when you discover this human being inward, inside, you find such a human being. I really want to be human. I am this guy. You permit yourself to be such a human being. Imagine yourself as such a human being who does not let herself down, who does exactly what you want, what you say you would do. Always. When you look inward, what does it invoke in you? What experience does it invoke in you of yourself? It's not intellectual. It's here. Do not give words that are here. Confidence, happiness, contentment, liberated. Liberated. This is a beautiful expression. Give me some more. That I'm far away from these qualities because you want to hold on to that inauthentic self. Ignore that. Imagine. Artists are supposed to imagine. Imagine that I'm such a human being who does not let myself down. What does it invoke? Just be present to the invocation. That makes a difference. Be present to what it feels here and share what it feels like. Power, responsibility. Anything is possible. Can you sense it? If I were just following myself, anything is possible. Anything at all. I'm liberated. I can move mountains. Can do. Because I do not let this guy down. Thus, just that. Completely dependable to this guy. Completely listening to this guy. Completely caring for this guy. And not this caring. Not like, okay, you want to have a smoke, go ahead and have that. Not that kind of care. The care that I truly care, to stand for you, that kind of care. Tell me, what does it invoke to be such a human being? Guys, be present. This is what we are going to create as a game. So what does it invoke? When you imagine yourself as a human being, what does expansion? Can you notice that? Can you see that there is no barrier, there's no boundary? Can you see that yourself spreading? Not my words. I'm using none of my words. I'm using every word that you are saying. It's powerful. But please tell me, what does it invoke? Type. Make it more real. You're serving not yourself, but others too. You know, your words is what is making it real for everyone. Type it out. Increasing circle of influence, not conceptually, but truly. You are expressing yourself out there in the world. Happiness to be able to help others. Guys, this now is now going to, if you were such a human being, if you permitted yourself to be such a human being, it'll impact your life. Can you notice it'll impact your life? How will it impact your life? What will be possible for you? Spreading love all over. My aura expands. Fulfillment of the highest potential. Sky is the limit. Once that stage is achieved, happiness to be able to help others. Be present to what is invoking here. What is it invoking here? You know what you're calling, can you see the sense of satisfaction, what you call the sense of contentment? Kanahiyala just said satisfaction. That sense of completeness. Purna. Done. Complete. Nothing amiss. the experience of oneself as being complete. Nothing broken. Nothing is off. Everything is exactly as it is supposed to be. Can you sense it in yourself when you're imagining yourself as a human being? Can you notice, I am complete? Can you notice, this is the experience of yourself? Can you get the word completeness? When it is said Purna, Paripurna, Purnamadah, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate, the completeness that is the source of new completenesses, that complete, can you sense it as yourself? I'm complete. Nothing is off. Nothing off. You know, when we check electrical circuits, we check that the current should pass. Even if there is a small break in the circuit, it will not pass. In this circuit, there is nothing broken. It's complete. Can you sense it? That is the prize of the game. So the game that you're introducing, now we have the prize set. The prize is this. If you could feel it here, now you know what is the prize. If I fail to invoke it in you, then you don't yet know what is the prize. That completeness, that sense of fulfillment, that you can look back at your life when you're dead, then you find contentment. This is the kind of life I loved because I did myself pride. I'm really proud of what I did, not in the proud and ambition sense, but I'm complete. I did exactly. This is the prize of the game. That's the game that we are getting into now. So are you interested in the game? Is this something that interests you? We have so far spoken about what is possible. We'll get into a discussion into how to make it possible in the next part. But my question to is, do you get the flavor of the prize? Is it real to you? Do you want it? Yeah? Or is it conceptual for you yet? Is it real to you? Yeah? Right. All right. Before we begin the next part of the conversation, I'll invite you to see if you can share with others. What is it that this conversation has opened for you? What did this create for you? What is it that is possible if you were such a human being? We'll invite you to move. We'll put you in some groups, 3 people in a group, and see if you can share with the people in your group, what did this conversation evoke? You will have only 10 minutes. This is also a break for you to stretch, but take those 10 minutes to come back and share authentically with these people what was real for you when you were listening to this conversation, when you were having this conversation, when you were invoking for yourself this conversation. Hemant, for the groups, shall I work on it? Would you be able to put them in the groups?
I'll put them into groups.
Guys, 10 minutes. We'll time you perfectly. Please do not take time yourself. Do not take all the time for the 3 members. So encourage everybody to share. Create that experience for others too. Thank you so much. Be back in 10. I'm waiting for you. But while the groups are being formed, see if you can use a pen and paper and write it down for you. That what did this exercise invoke in you? What is it? So question that you have to answer is as follows, guys. What is your life calling you to be? Who is your life calling you to be if you permitted yourself to be big?
Are we ready?
Life calling you to be. We are ready. Thank you, Hemant. We are ready to go. We can put them in the groups. Thank you. Ten minutes, guys. Click yes to join the groups. Click yes, please. Join the group.
Just a minute. I'm setting it up for 10 minutes. You wanted 10 minutes, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
At the end of 10 minutes, guys, you'll be back automatically.
Automatically move on. Amit, were you able to?
Need to unmute yourself. Kindly unmute yourself. Yes.
did.
Yeah, I think now we can communicate. It's
Yes.
good that Hemant is also with us.
Hello.
Hello. So the question was, what did that discussion invoke in myself? Isn't it?
Yes.
So to my, it invoked in me that I need to be reliable, dependable, and I can do anything. So it was a sense of, being powerful to myself, not to others. That's what I felt. Maybe you can add many things and then you can present on our behalf. And yes, one more thing, I need to be non-judgmental. This is very, very important aspect for me. Very, very important aspect for me, that I need to be non-judgmental. And I can do it. Maybe I hand it over to you, sir. You may continue.
Yeah, I would like to hear from Shashi ji. Would you like to share something?
I think that I need to be true to myself and be confident that I can do it. That is what I lack, that I don't have the confidence I can do this.
Okay.
But I need to have belief that I am able to do, I have the power to do it. And then it will happen. Like he said that words matter. I say to myself that I can do it, so it doesn't happen. If I change my words, that I can do this, then I will be able to do it.
Got it, Shashi.
And be strong and confident about myself.
Yeah.
I don't speak much, but you guys are very learned. I will be more a listener.
What you
tell
shared
me.
is very, very beautiful, Shashi ji.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as I was thinking about those questions, yes, it feels great to be that kind of a person, like powerful person. It also creates that little doubt in the mind, like you said, that can I really do it? Can I really do it in all areas of my life? Can I always keep my promises? Can I always be disciplined?
Yes, that's important.
Yeah. Because
To be
resistance.
disciplined.
Yeah, sorry, you were saying something. Go ahead.
To be disciplined is very important.
Yeah. Because then there are elements such as maybe procrastination or resistance that comes up, or even for that matter, if I'm busy with 10 things, then 1 or 2 things get overlooked, ignored. That is also like I'm not keeping my word in those areas. Maybe I'm keeping my word in other areas, but not in a few areas. So it also invokes that question that how can I do it in all areas? Because so many things emerge every day also. Yeah, so it put me into that inquiry.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share, Vinay sir or Shashi ji?
No, sir.
No.
Shashi ji, anything additional you want to share?
No, you said it right. That to be sure, can I do this? And
Yeah.
would I be successful doing it in all the areas?
All areas.
Like you said,
Yeah.
all these questions come to mind.
Yes. And at the same time, it is very inspiring when we think of such a person that who can be reliable, trustworthy, dependable. You would like such a person to be in your life. We all want it.
Yeah.
Now the question, now it's like this, right? The question is now turned on me. That can I be that person?
Yeah.
Yes, correct. In fact, even
Go ahead, sir.
so in fact, the last one that I attended and this one which I am attending now, it all ultimately comes down to how one would respond to a certain situation. One, second, continuously learning something, because the life throws up different challenges and different segment of life,
yes,
if one would say that. So having an attitude and aptitude both, and ability, maybe I don't know what words we use. I'm just think of my emotions that yes, it is a need that one need keeps on learning, because it is changing with the people we are responding or interacting. Their needs are also changing, so they want us to be different person. So even in the family, a child of say 5 years age wants her parents to be a different persona, and when the child becomes 20 years of age, he expects parents to behave in a differently.
Correct.
This probably may happen in the office also. So it's like, that's what I feel like. One needs to be keep on graduating oneself. That's what I would say.
That's
And this is
right.
what I believe. This is what I mean when I said dependability.
Yes, I get it. Expectations management.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because we are always interacting among in the society. We are not alone. We are not rishi. You sit on Himalaya and then do tapasya and then straight away from there go to heaven.
Yes.
For heaven, for the family people is family,
Yes.
or the environment or the universe in which we interact.
Yes.
So basically, I feel it is the rigidity of one person not to change creates all the problems.
Right.
I think time is almost over. I should stop now.
We have 20 seconds. So hello, Manish. Can you hear me?
Hello, you're talking to me, sir?
No, Manish.
Sorry.
Okay. I think, yeah, we are going back to the main room now.
G.
So I'm leaving the breakout room. We'll go back into the main session, but please do not end the meeting. Just leave the room.
Do we need to click on the icon, leave the breakout room?
Yeah, you can do that. Hello, Rashmi. Good to see you. You're on mute.
Hi, Hemant. I was just telling Amit about you and me and our journey. And now I'm getting back into it.
Great.
Sorry.
Great.
Is everybody back, Hemant?
Yeah, there are people coming in. We right now only have 10 people, Amit. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes. Yeah.
It was awesome talking to Rashmi. We were in the same group and we got some one-on-one time.
Great. Yeah.
Hemant, I will also need to connect with you again.
Yes, we'll do that. Yeah, let's do that offline.
Yeah.
Right now we have 16 participants. So let's see if there is anybody who is still in the breakout rooms. I don't think so.
Right. Oh yeah, there's some people coming back.
Yeah.
So guys, type out what was present for you. And I'm also present to the doubt that shows up when I'm aiming to be such a huge human being. The fear that I insist on remaining who I am, small, afraid, and somebody who does disappoint oneself. Can you sense it in yourself? Is there any fear? Is there any self-doubt? Do you sense it? If you do, just give it voice. Let me read what you have to say about it. So guys, this is an invitation to be compassionate to yourself. When someone has been a certain way for a while or has made a small mistake, let us say, how is it that you should express your compassion to that human being? A person has made a small mistake. It's okay. It's all right. Give roominess, give space to yourself. Give yourself a lot of room that permits that huge self to show up. Otherwise, there is no room. This guilt is not the game that we want to play. This guilt, shame is not the game that we want to play. So the game that we are talking about is honoring you. It is not possible in the same room where guilt, shame exists. So give yourself a lot of room. Allow yourself to fully heal. Fully heal. But be fully present. So let's create a little presence. Let's see if we can bring ourselves to be fully present to the kind of human being we were. And we are saying this in the past tense. What is your way of disappointing yourself? Write it down. What is your way of disappointing yourself? How do you let yourself down? Just write it down on your notebooks. What are the resolutions that you make that do not last? You decide, you start well, but you don't complete. What are those things that you procrastinate? What are those things that you complete, but they are not done on time, or they are not of the quality or standard that you had originally intended? What are those things that you do not start? You want to? But you're not honoring that. You don't start that. What are those commitments to yourself that you keep, but not always? And notice about your punctuality. Is it like 90%, 99% of the times? Notice your stand that you will do what others expect you to do, what you allowed other people to expect of you. Are you living true to that? I'll say that again. I'm not asking you to meet every expectation of other people. If you clarified that it is that not to expect this of me, it is not. You are still on your integrity. But have you permitted another human being to expect something of you and then let another human being down? What are those things? You've let another human being expect something of you, but then let the person down. You never clarified that I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to do this. Where is it that you have let yourself down, when you have dishonored yourself? In your career development, in your personal development, in your relationships, your personal relationships. I'll pause. In your interests, which are hobbies, self-expression, in the areas of your spiritual growth or spirituality, your truest expression of yourself. Where do you let yourself down? Just note it down, guys, in your notebook. What promises do you make that you do not keep? To yourself and to others. Take a moment. Make it real. Bring it on paper. Otherwise, the game does not exist. You are a stand that the game only exists on paper or it does not exist. You have taken a commitment that it will not exist unless it is on paper. It's your stand, not somebody else's. So bring it on paper. Guys, as you are writing these, write what is its impact on your life? What does it steal from you, from your life? What is its impact on you? Steals confidence. Participation in life itself. Where is it that you neglect something that you love? How present are you to people around you, truly? What is its impact? Take responsibility for this impact. This is you. And this is what we will break away from. This is our launch pad. You know, you need to push back. When Hanuman was jumping from the island, crossing to Sri Lanka, he needed a launch pad. And that launch pad sank into the Netherlands. It sank into the earth when he jumped. You need a platform to jump, to be real about where you are, which gives you the propelling energy to go on the other side. That's where you belong. That's who you are truly. This is not where you are. This is not who you are meant to be. But describe it clearly so that it gives you the propelling energy. Be fully present to who you do not want to be. This is not who I am. This is not me. This is not the authentic self. I am being called to be the new self, the real self. The real me is there, is this. This is not who I am. Guys, come back. There'll be more to write. You can do it in your time. I know I must value your punctuality. You've notice the impact on suppose. So again and again, I have a very noble idea, some really great thoughts. Again and again, I make a resolve that I will do it. And again, I do not take action. What is the impact on me? What is its impact on me? If I have really great thoughts, I give it voice that I'll do this. but I never do it. I again and again disappoint myself. Or I do it in a part, I feel like a failure. Can you see that I ultimately even do not feel like giving a new commitment? I do not feel like imagining something new is possible. See, does your life look like a linear circle or a straight line that I know I'm going like this is where I'll end up? Because you're going in a straight line. This is how I'm going. This is where I'll be naturally. Because I am not willing to give up who I am. And I was in this group with Rashmi, and she shared so powerfully, I do not feel like letting go of the small self. Your life is calling you and it's asking you, who will you be? So you have to answer this question to life. And before that, you have to hear, what is life calling me to be? What and who is life calling you to be? But notice, if you have thoughts, then you give voice to it, and you do not take action, ultimately you will not have self-belief. Your self-belief is your own estimate of your own commitment to honor yourself. I'll say that again. Self-belief, your self-belief is your estimate of your commitment to honor yourself. How committed am I to honor myself? What is my own estimate of my commitment? That's self-belief. When I look at myself, I will not find self-belief if I do not have any commitment to honor myself. Do you look inwards and discover a commitment to honor yourself? Look inwards and create this. See if you can. It's to be created by saying so. I am committed to honoring myself. That's self-belief. Done, delivered. You have it now. Right? So it's simple. But so far, we were living life as if, you know, that famous equation, work not done plus a very good reason is equal to work done. You know, we will all living like, okay, I don't do the work, but I've got a very good reason. I've got a very solid reason, and I can convince you about that. So I'm free. Work not done has become equal to work done just because I've got a very good reason. We are living with that equation, and that gives you a sense of, fine, na, theek hai na, I've got a very good reason. You permit yourself this, okay, thoda bahut hi to dishonor kiya apne aap ko. I have not been dependable to myself a little bit only, no? To the reasonable extent, I am honoring myself. And what does this word reasonable evoke to you? Okay, this car, is it a good car? Should I buy it? It's reasonable. What does that evoke? What does the word reasonable evoke to you? What does reasonable evoke? Realistic? Yeah, that's what we made. Compromise, playing safe, suboptimal. We've got a beautiful word for this in Hindi. It's called काम चलाओ. काम तो चलेगा, अच्छे से चलेगा. आप ले लो ये कार, काम करेगी. Is it excellent quality? नहीं नहीं, काम करेगी. आप पहुंच जाओगे जगह पे. That's who we are to ourselves. काम चलाओ. That's our commitment to ourselves. So this is the time, and Werner calls it unreasonable. It's an invitation to be unreasonable. That if it did not get done, then I'm ready to confront it as if my good intentions did not matter. Either it gets done or it does not get done. That's the kind of human being I am. Either that DD was delivered or it was not delivered. Baat khatam. Either I am standing by the word that I gave or I'm not. It's simple. The results count. Baki sab bakwas. That's the kind of human being you are. That's the game that you are playing. I'm not saying that's kind of the truth by which everybody will play. In fact, there are some rules that universe works by. Like for example, there are Newton's laws. Newton's law is, if you leave something, it'll always fall down. It'll always come down. I'm inviting you to create what we will call your law, like Surbhi's law, or Amit's law, Amit Shah's law, or Kanhaiya's law. You call it, give it your own name. And that law I'm inviting you to take ownership for. And that law is, without integrity, nothing works. Without my holding on to my word, honoring it, things will not work. And what is integrity? Integrity is to be created by honoring my word. Without integrity, nothing works. If I've got marriage, it is calling me to play by some rules. Without integrity, it will not work. Whose law is it? Mine. Let's give some more shape to this definition of integrity. You know, right now, when you're living your life, it is like my ambition is pulling me upward. I want to go here as far as my ambition, deep desire in my heart, I want to go there. But my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, they are all going in different directions. My habits, my beliefs and doubts about myself, that is going somewhere else. And therefore my action is going nowhere at all. I do not know where to go. I look like this to me. My ambition, my goals, my thoughts, my feelings, they're all diverse, they're all divergent. So disintegrated. Can you see that? Disintegrated, divided. The offer, the game brings it all together. I become one, bind myself together. And I become straight, focused. I'm not going to follow my feelings. I'm not going to follow my random thoughts and preferences. I'm not going to randomly honor and keeping thinking, what am I feeling today? What is my emotion today? I'm going to follow what am I committed to? What is my commitment? What word, to what did I give my word? That is what I'm going to honor. That is integrity. Bringing together. Bring it all together. And so here is what the game looks like. Yeah, the game is, it's got a very simple rule. It is to do what you say you will do exactly at the time when you said you would do it and of the quality that you said you would do. That's the simple rule. That gives you an access to that prize that we are talking about, which is completion. To do what you said you would do at the time you said you would do it, of the quality that you intended when you were making that commitment, either to yourself or to another human being. That's the game. If you want to give this game a name, the name of the game is honor yourself by honoring your word naturally, effortlessly. I mean, we're just being true to ourselves. I gave that commitment, I'll do that. How simple is it? To do exactly what I said I would do. But you know, there will be times, and I'll give you a chance to take a screenshot of the entire game. So it's all right. I'll put it up on the screen. Stay with me, see if we can have a conversation yet. See if we can have a conversation. Stay in this yet. And when you know that you would not be able to do it, then you don't accept it from yourself. If it's raining, I couldn't come. That's not the kind of conversation I permit with this human being. I gave a word, I'll be there. This DD has to be handed over, baat khatam. And it's not only about DD, it is any word that I give. These vegetable bag has to be delivered. I will be there because I gave my word to my wife, 7 o'clock, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll have to tell my boss I've given a word to someone. I will honor me with you as much as I honor myself with that other human being. So it's to honor, not to accept your reasonableness and be unreasonable to the commitment that you have given. But still, if there is a moment that you will not be able to do it, that I'll not be able to do it, first of all, you do not let yourself be that kind of human being. But if that is still happening, then the first thing that you do when you notice that there is a broken promise, first thing that you do is to celebrate that you caught that you're breaking a promise. Because so far you are not even aware, 10 minutes to late hua. What is 10 minutes late? Doesn't even matter too much. So first thing to do is to celebrate. I noticed it. So first thing is notice that you caught yourself breaking your promise. First thing is to catch and celebrate. What is the way of celebrating? Could be anything. Have a glass of water, take a walk, look at your daughter's face. It's so beautiful. Look, talk to another colleague, smile for a moment, but celebrate that you caught yourself. Don't celebrate that you broke the promise. Celebrate that you caught yourself. And this is an opportunity to being that big human being. So celebrate that as an opportunity. Keep visual score of the broken promises. Notice and keep score. Number 2, immediately get into communication. Wherever you are breaking a promise, you have to immediately get into complete and powerful communication. It's not an apologetic conversation. You're being a huge human being by confronting your broken integrity. So bring yourself to a hugeness, have a powerful communication. I'm not going to be able to do this. This is what I promised. I'm not doing that. Have a complete conversation, which means nothing is hidden. The context of this conversation must be power. You have to do it powerfully, not small, not apologetically. I'm not going to be able to do this, and I take full responsibility. The third thing is to take 100% responsibility. Own up, make up for it. You didn't do it, you have to make up for it. But do it powerfully. Number 3, clean up. What does it mean to clean up? Clean up means clean up this past. Now, what happened is in the past. It's already gone to the past. It's not in the present. I didn't do it. Just now I didn't do it, but now it is not there. Now it is not there. So why am I carrying the legacy? It is defining me right now, while it is not me right now. Right now I'm huge. So cleaning up means to put it in the past and once again connect with my hugeness. Give myself the spaciousness to be the powerful me. So you have to permit yourself to reconnect with the hugeness. If we do not take the step to heal, then there is no room to create integrity again. What I found, is again and again, I was beating myself up, guilt, shame, and that leaves me very small. The thing which is essential is to give myself the spaciousness, the power. It steals power. By cleaning up, removing the past, there is no significance to past. What I did 1 minute back doesn't even matter. Right now is new. This is new present. This is new. So I can create a new commitment here. Create that new. Take responsibility for what happened, but create it new. Heal. And then acknowledge your hugeness and create a new challenge that would honor you. Not the kind of challenge which is a slower level challenge, but take up a challenge which is true and honorable to you. It is an answer to the call that life is having on you, that what is life calling you to be? What is in line with that? And take up that challenge. Now create that challenge. So the steps are, number 1, notice the broken promise and celebrate it as an opportunity to be complete. Number 2, communicate fully, nothing hidden. Take responsibility, make up for it. Number 3, clean up, remove the past. No significance to what has happened in the past. There is nothing here. Past is past. Heal, give yourself space to be huge. It's okay. Be kind to yourself, compassionate to yourself. Acknowledge your hugeness, power, spaciousness. Now create a new challenge that would truly honor you. Not a diminished thing, but honor yourself. That's the game. What it makes possible. The lowest level of integrity is to have perfect order. Your table will be clean. Your almirah will be orderly. Your house will be in order. Your life will begin to work. Your marriages will begin to work. Your relationships will begin to work because you're standing on your integrity. Your work will begin to work. Your career will begin to work because you do what you said you will do. A next higher level of integrity brings you to success because you're playing rules by the game. There are rules to being a husband, a wife, an employee, a subordinate. Perfectly punctual, perfectly delivering quality. But the next higher level of integrity takes you to authenticity. Now share, guys, what is authenticity to you? Just share what comes to your mind. What does the word authenticity evoke in you? Be myself. Thank you, Amit. Truth or fact? What I think is what I say. Uniqueness. Guys, I know you may get tired, but we are entering the last lap. Stay in integrity. Honor yourself by staying in this conversation for a few more minutes. We'll be powerful. Fully being myself without any pretense, truthful. Notice when you honor yourself, you are somebody who is genuine to yourself. You can see yourself and see yourself as genuine, same inside out. There is no such thing as 99% authentic. You are straight. To be authentic calls you to be authentic even about when you're not being authentic. I was not authentic there. An authentic human being hides nothing, brings everything to conversation. An authentic human being cares to be fully present to those people that are around him, listens. Now tell me, what does authenticity earn you? What does it get you? Sorry, excuse me, please. When you are authentic, what does it make available? Peace of mind. Success. Guys, notice you don't have to keep record. You are straight about everything. But before talking about what it makes available, notice you are not authentic. You'll have to catch your inauthenticity. Before other that, this is theoretical. Where is it that you do not have 100% conversation? You keep something out of bringing it into the conversation when you're talking to people. You're not straight about something. There is something that you haven't said to people. You're not sharing it all. You're not showing love openly. You're not sharing love powerfully. To honor yourself is to communicate powerfully as it is for you. You'll have to bring that into the game as well. And you'll have to bring it out. Otherwise, you're again diminishing yourself. You'll have to bring it out. What is it that you don't want to say to the other person? Bring it down. Have a conversation straight about it. See how can you do that. Our next conversation focusing is on this. I know there is a certain matters to be addressed in this matter. How do I share powerfully? How can I create a conversation with another human being which is not diminishing me, in which I am not keeping myself hidden? Our next conversation opens room for that. It's about expressing yourself fully. What Amrita said. Effectively, completely. Now that is the power of authenticity. But what authenticity makes possible is when you know somebody authentic is saying, in fact, when you notice that, there's a meeting happening, let's imagine a meeting scenario that there are 10 people in the room and somebody who is authentic walks in, you pay attention. That person speaks. It doesn't depend upon the tone, the tenor. You pay attention to that human being. You are already willing to honor what is the other person going to say, even before the person has said it, because this person is authentic, dependable. He's not going to be casual about his words. So when you honor yourself, when you honor your word, you turn into such a human being that you speak with responsibility. When you speak with responsibility, then you hold back from speaking before you're fully committed to what is going to come out of your mouth. That's authenticity. And what it really gets you is a real authentic respect. It gets you presence, substance, and depth. It gets you a rather self-assured demeanor of significance and dignity. You know, a self-assured demeanor of significance and divinity and dignity. You hold your own. You know, it's like a dignified air of responsibility, control, and self-restraint. It's a power of influence. That's what our next conversations are about. And as we are rounding up this conversation, we are bringing this conversation towards conclusion. This is what I'll invite you to write in your notebooks and share, please. Please share in our group if you can. What have you noticed to be true about yourself today? What do you notice to be true about yourself pertaining to your life? First question. Give yourself a moment. Write it down. This is the final exercise. What do you know to be true about your life? What is going on as far as your life is concerned as of now? What's going on as far as your life is concerned today? Number 2, what are you? Who are you being called to be? Give voice to your own stand for yourself. Give voice to your own stand for I will be. Give voice to it. I will be. Fill in that sentence. I will be. Who are you being called to be? Turn it into an I am sentence. I am. What is your stand for yourself? Have courage. Be present to the big human being as you do that. What is possible? Next question. What is possible? What does it make possible when you are such a human being? In the area of your work, your personal life, what wants to happen if you honored yourself? What wants to happen in the area of your career, life? Now, take on 3 simple games on integrity. Take on some activities, 3 simple activities in your life that even a donkey can do. Take on any simple tasks that you will test yourself and build your integrity on. Like before going to sleep, putting your head on the pillow, a simple activity could be just thanking God for the beautiful day. Or before going to bed, you will say you love your daughter or your son or your wife, or convey gratitude to universe, or have a glass of water. I do not know which activity will you be able to hold on to with your life, but 3 disciplines. Bring in 3 practices and stick to them. So which are those 3 activities that you are sticking to? And share, guys. So I'll invite you to now see if you can share. See if you would like to unmute and share with all of us. Who are you being called to be? And what does it make possible? What is wanting to happen? Who wants to share? Who'd like to share? Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please, Nidhi.
Okay, so I don't know whether I'll go in the same order, but who am I being called to be? I think I'm being called to be my own self. And that's been coming very strongly. Just live and be your own true self. Do I know my inner self? I don't know. I'm just discovering, on an everyday basis. What's possible or what is made possible when you honor yourself? I think I feel a lot more independent and not, focused on others, but my own self-development. So that's clearly a case I'm taking from the way I've been living my life in the past 3-4 years. And taking on 3 tasks that you will test yourself for integrity while going forward is what it is intending. But I have already done that. And this was my New Year resolutions, so I can share. One was that I will not procrastinate, but just do. So a lot of things keep going on in my head, but I decided that I will just get up and do. So one was journaling, and whether, I'll share today morning, I didn't have anything specific to write, but I still opened my journal, and I wrote that I don't know what I'm going to write, but thoughts are just, cluttering up in the head, and I put that down. So just an expression to the thoughts. So journaling was one. Chanting has been coming to me. So I've decided I will do at least 2 japmalas every day, which I've been trying to follow. Ek aadha din ho jata hai gadbad, but more or less doing it. And the third thing was about focusing on, the coaching business, for example. And while I'd taken a long, given myself a long vacation from focusing on that, but this is what I want to really test myself, that how authentic I'm being to actually pursuing coaching as an initiative. Yeah, so
Beautiful.
these 3
Thank
things.
you so much. This was beautiful, and it reflects who you are as a human being. You can see what your commitment to spirituality and your own version of spirituality is. It reflects that. It radiates that. It's inspiring to me, really. Thank you. Anybody else who'd like to share, guys? See, when you give voice to
Yes.
it, you're committed to, just 1 second, Vinay. When you give voice to it, that's when it becomes a word that you can honor yourself with. Before that, it's not even concrete. You'll have to give voice to it, give word, share, put it out there, give it a structure thereafter. You'll have to stick your neck and put it on the block. Thank you, Vinay. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So I just switched on my video. Okay. The first was, I am being called to be a mentor, guide, and a friend.
Beautiful.
This is what people around me expect me to be. What do I want to be? I want to be a learner or continue to be a learner, whichever way. And 3 things that I would do. Again, as Nidhi said, these are my New Year resolutions after attending the seminar or webinar, of Hemant Deshpande. 1, not to shout at my wife.
That's a big one.
Always say.
That's a big one for all husbands.
The way it was the first webinar that I had ever attended. Okay, throughout my life, I had not the New Year one. And that happened after my daughter became coachee of the institute. So that was the first resolution I took in my life after attending the webinar, and I'm trying to stick to it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Second one is that always say khush raho to my daughters. This is the first word I would say to my daughters when I meet them in the morning.
Beautiful. And you can, this is the when you say khush raho, you are creating a word on which you are a stand. You'll make the support happen, or which makes this reality happen, right? Beautiful.
I hope so. The third
Absolutely.
one I have just added. I have not added it as my New Year resolution, because you said 3. Although I have started acting on it, motivate my daughters.
Wow. Got it
These
completely.
3 things I want to,
Vinay,
and all
one of
this
the,
I must.
yeah. Go on, please. Go on. Go on.
All
Complete
this has come after surfing through, the coaching institute, then coming to Heman Deshpande Institute, then attending the first webinar, of Heman Deshpande, and then my daughter became the younger one, became a coachee of the institute.
Beautiful.
All
Beautiful.
this has happened after that.
Vinay, one of the questions that you missed is, what does this make possible?
Sorry?
What does this make possible? When you take on this work, this commitments, what does it make possible? What wants
I
to
will need to alter my thoughts, and I need to be see, the result is these things I want, but I will have to focus on what I need to do on myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
Vinay,
I do this.
I
Yeah.
get it, Vinay. But see if you can focus on what sentence I am speaking.
I
I'm
could you
saying,
please?
yeah. What is possible if you did all these things? What wants to happen in life?
Happiness.
Now that's a possibility. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Vinay. Thank you. That's brilliant. Who wants to go next? Guys, the last person. I will not be able to give too much, but one more person, please. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah, Rashmi.
Yeah, I can. So, sorry, I've written the notes on my phone because that's what I carry around with me. So what am I being called to be in my life right now? I think there are 4 very important things. One is being fearless. One is being powerful, like you had mentioned. If I'm powerful, then my children will feel powerful. Being in integrity and being in action.
Brilliant.
So those are the 4 things that I've identified for myself. I found what was very useful was what do I have to give up in order to be these things?
How powerful.
So for me,
That's
being
really
lazy
powerful.
has to be given up, and a couple of other things,
Guys, this is
giving
a
up
very
being a
good question.
procrastinator.
Rashmi has opened our door to a really powerful question. What do you have to give up to be this person, that you are being called to be? Rashmi, what does it make possible? What wants to happen in your life?
What is possible when I honor myself? Self-pride. I think that was
I
the
get it.
biggest thing for me. And then from that follows that achievement of my personal and professional goals will be possible if I honor myself. And 3 practices that I'm going to stick to every night. One is reading before I go to bed. And it was really, I've been trying to get my children to the habit of reading. And interestingly, it was time for my son to sleep, and he was sleeping with me, and he took the book out of my hands and started reading it yesterday himself. And it was a book that actually was on life lessons, which was really important for him. So I thought this is a wonderful way to start getting him into these practices of self-development. I've also recently started chanting. So so that is something I need to be regular with. And the third thing was remaining strong and showing up for my children. So
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Are you complete?
Yes.
Brilliant. So guys, this is an invitation to verbalize these statements to someone. You'll have to make them real by saying them to somebody. So here I am saying it to you. As far as I am concerned, who I am called to be is empty. not hold back. I've been holding back. One of the ways in which I was holding back was not letting this webinar happen. Lots of self-doubt. So here I am, out and open. I'm going to be a yes person. Say yes to the opportunity. So that's what I'm called to be a yes person. And this is also one of the 3 games. I'll say no no's. I'll say yes. What am I going to do? Yes. Then number 2 point, I'm talking about 3 games, and I'll go the other way. I'm not going to prevent divinity from being present when I'm coaching, which means I'll invoke God as it is truth to me. And I will be present to love. In the context of love, my coaching will happen. That's what I want to, that's the second thing that I want to do. I'll not be shy about bringing it up. It's my truth. I'll share mine. So you bring your truth to your coaching. Number 3 thing is a commitment to try and slow down even more. Because to go with the rhythm of the universe, slow down even more. So that's what I'm called to be is to be empty and complete, to be complete. So that's what I see possible. Guys, this is the exercise, and these are some of the rules I'm requesting you to see if you would like to take on. Number 1, it's your responsibility to keep the game on. You are a stand that when you don't write it down, then the game is dead. So you'll have to write it down, monitor it, see if you can bring it into a structure of monitoring. Number 2, make some promise, simple, one promise, one at a time, but make it like, okay, I have to honor myself only this once. This matter right in front of me is only how I have to honor myself. I don't have to do it huge things. I have to just do it only this once, which is right in front of me. One item at a time. And then gently raise the bar. And number 3, you have to commit to keep it very light, very light. So guys, this is the game. And what it makes possible when you honor yourself. To honor yourself is to come from a state of completion. It's to come from completion. It's not to go to completion. You remember that state, look inward and discover that huge being, to come from that huge being. Take charge of your life and destiny. You claim back control from the random shifts of your whims, moods, and preferences. That's what it takes. It calls you, your honoring yourself calls you to be clear and attentive to the voice of your spiritual heart, your highest self, to give it space and respect and power and priority. You are giving yourself priority. It calls you to acknowledge yourself as a huge person worthy of your honor, even before you see its evidence. Honor yourself before you see its evidence. Then to begin to make it true in small steps every day. And this is the summary of what we've been talking about. You can see, you can read about it on the top is the game, honor yourself. You're already complete. Come from completion. And for the entire program that we have spoken about today, we'd like to give credit to Werner and his landmark work, and to Leon Vanderpool on his book, Shift in Being, and the work and the trainings that he does to train coaches. So that's where this program is coming from. And I'll invite you to also follow and see if you'd like to attend these trainings, the landmark trainings of Werner or Shift in Being trainings of Leon Vanderpool. Really powerful stuff. And this, if you are most welcome to take a screenshot if you like. This is the summary of what we have been speaking. To do is summarizes the game. To do what you said you would do at the time you said you would do it, of the committed quality or implied quality. Honoring your word naturally. And when you would be breaking your word, then what is the system to follow? To celebrate, to communicate fully, to clean up, to give no significance to the past, to acknowledge your hugeness, and to create a new challenge. Finally, the 3 commitments that I requested from you. Keep the game on. Make promises one at a time. Just the one in the front of you is adequate. Keep it light. That's it. As far as today is concerned, this is what we wanted to offer. Has this interaction, this webinar been of use and of impact to you? Will it make a difference to you? My question is this: please give us some feedback so that we share what is our plan ahead. Has this program, have what we created for you, has it given you something of value? Has it made a difference to you? And share what difference has it made? How has it been useful? How do you think, what impact has it had on you? Thanks, Amit. I get it. Amit's most helpful program I've ever come across. That's an honor. Thank you, Nidhi. Thanks. Thanks, Hemant. Guys, just verbalize, share, and this is acknowledgement to me as well, and it encourages us to go on. Vinay, thank you. Thanks, Manish. Thank you. Thanks for connecting. Thought-provoking. Thank you. Would it be of interest to you to attend more of such sessions, which we intend should be designed to make a difference to you? Would it be of interest for you to take out time to attend such sessions and make it worth your while to see if such sessions can make a difference to you? Would you like to participate in more of such sessions? Then see if you can put a number in your mind. What are they worth to you? Because they cost something, right? We are able to do something for free, but some things we'll have to charge. So this program, the Hemant Deshpande coaching, is willing to offer for a very nominal charge, but these are the programs that we are creating for you in the future. The next upcoming session is a program that we are calling Just Being Yourself Powerfully. Being yourself powerfully. And this is a part of the Personal Mastery Foundation series. And these are the 4 sessions that it will include. What are the 4 sessions? The first is about creating freedom and power to design your life and career. Notice, what we need sometimes is a sense of space, power, and control to design what we want in our life. And sometimes we are able to experience that control. At other times we do not. What does it take to create that control? What does it take to have levers of freedom in our life to design our life and career? What will it take for you to be powerful enough to design your own life and career on your terms? Or what makes it happen? We'll talk for 2 hours on that topic and make you powerful in that space. What does it need to be powerful? First topic. The second is to make you socially powerful, assertive. Bring all of your self-expression out so that you do not hold back. Presently, do you experience that you say stuff, but not all of it? There's something that remains unsaid. It could be a matter of some things that you're not complete with in a communication in office, or it could also be an expression of love that is not happening completely in family. They don't get that you are saying you love them. So it's about assertiveness and completion in expression. What is it that keeps you incomplete in self-expression? What is it that keeps you out of assertiveness? What steals your power when we are communicating? What is it that prevents you from saying no when you just don't want to say yes? What is it that prevents you from demanding excellence from your subordinates? What is it that prevents you from demanding support from your bosses? It's about assertiveness. It's a question of saying all that is inside in a fashion in which it is easy and spontaneous. That's the session 2. The session 3 is about confidence. It's about self-assuredness, even in the face of setbacks, criticism, and failure. What is it that other people say something and it impacts you so severely that it shakes your confidence? You lose your self-assuredness, that firm-footedness on the ground is shaken. What does it take to have such confidence which is not shaken easily? The third session is about that. The fourth session is to create such communication, such a method of communication that it moves people, it gets to people, it makes a powerful impact, and it inspires them to take action. What does it take that your communication should be so powerful that it really shakes things and make things happen? Where does such a communication, source of power of such communication come from? Is it about just method of words? Is it just way of speaking? Is it just voice or tone or tenor? Or is it coming from a bigger source, or a deeper source of your convictions? Is it coming from who you are? What we share, what we will share through these sessions are not ordinary ideas that you hear every day. Just like when we created the program on honoring yourself, these ideas are also very different, much more powerful than what you read in books. This is about what will really make a difference. That's what we are a stand for. When you work on being powerful, assertive, confident, and get power in your communication, what you get power into is just being yourself. It brings ease. It brings completion. It brings confidence. And that's what these programs are about. These 4 sessions are about. They are about confidence, assertiveness, self-assuredness, and powerful self-expression. So if such a program is what resonates for you, then all that it costs is 9,000 rupees. And it happens on 19th of March, and we'll do it till 9th of April, 4 consecutive Saturdays. And we are going to begin with a small intimate group like this one. So just follow the link that Hemant has shared to register if you'd like to. Most welcome. I would love to lead these sessions along with Hemant. I and Hemant will be hosting you in these sessions, and we are eagerly looking forward to connecting with you through these sessions. If this resonates with you, join us. Register right now. Any questions that I could answer, guys? Guys, what these sessions will also make available is we will work on assignments to acquire these qualities, the qualities which enable you to be strong in this area, in these areas. We'll work through a software called Quenza, where you'll take up assignments, activities, and you will get written content which contain the summary of what we have shared today, what I've shared today, and so that you get a chance to immerse yourself repeatedly and acquire them completely. So you will have continuous interaction through the software. We'll have assignments through the software. Is there any questions that I can answer for you?
Hey, Amit, if any of my friends who would like to register for this program, can I share this
You're
link
most
with them?
welcome, Amit. You're most welcome. But I will also run another program for people who have not attended this particular conversation for them then.
Okay.
So they must participate in this conversation before they get into that, but they should register. Go ahead and register, because we have a month and a week. We will have one more conversation with them to bring them up to speed. You see, honoring yourself is the starting point of being yourself. If you don't honor yourself, you have to begin there. No, you get it, no, Amit?
Yes.
Right. Are you joining? Are you registering?
Yes. I'm going to register. Yeah.
You got it. Thank you so much. Do it now. Finish it off.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? Is there anything else that I could clarify? Hemant?
Yes, I would like to ask a question.
Sure, go ahead, please.
See, my daughter lives with me, right? Oh, she's younger. So when I register, can we both participate with one registration?
Hemant, would you clarify on this? What do you think?
Okay. Vinay, I got your question. So this registration price is for one person.
Okay.
You can attend together. That is not a problem at all. Yeah.
Fine. Thank you. Got your point. Thank you.
And I'll invite you to, Amit, I realize that you're committed to participating. Do please register right away. Go ahead and finish it off. Do not keep it pending. Whatever we keep pending, it doesn't happen. You know that, right? Anybody else? Any questions? Anyone who's keen to participate but has some doubts? Can I clarify? Can I or Hemant clarify anything?
One thing which I want to add is that, see, this kind of a program and at such a deep level, you will not find anywhere else. As I was sharing earlier, that Amit is someone who has actually studied it for years through various programs, also practiced it. I have been interacting with him for more than a year now, and he has been an example and role model when you talk about what is integrity. So he has been practicing it, and he has been teaching it also for years, and he has been coaching people on this. So the kind of work that he has done in this space is phenomenal. So you want to definitely don't want to miss out. And as he said, Amit and I will be leading this together. So it will be our honor to have you in the program. It will be a small but very small group of committed people who want to really take their life to the next level. And integrity is really the foundation. As we all know, when the foundation is strong, you can build powerfully on the top of it. So this is the time to build that foundation. And this is also the start of the year. Many of you spoke about your New Year resolutions. This is the time to create such a powerful foundation that you can create anything and everything that you want to create in your life, career, family, as a parent. So this is that opportunity. So I would encourage you, recommend you very highly, and go ahead and register for this program. It's really worth your time and money that you're spending on this.
Any questions, guys? Anything else? Guys, we are going to take 9 registrations for this program. This program is going to have 9 participants only. And it's going to have be on the basis of first come, first serve. And we are going to restrict it to 9 because this is an intimate discussion that we will have that really, really does make a difference. It's not a classroom session where we will take a wide acceptance and work only in delivery one way. So I'll invite you to be a part of the intimate group. It's a group coaching session, which is wherein we work intimately with each other and discover what does it take to be powerful. Just being yourself. See if you can experience what it would be like if you were free to be yourself. Just being yourself, free, easy, and confidence, assertive, self-assured, and complete in self-expression. That's what this brings. This is what we are committed to.
And it will be delivered in a workshop style format. So today we had close to 20 participants and we had 2 hours. So we could not really have one-on-one conversations because time was limited. But in this particular program, we are meeting 4 times and we will have a smaller group. As Amit said, we are going to have only 9 participants. And why only 9? Because we want to really make it personal. Like we want to listen to you. We want to understand your context, as well as we will have an opportunity to coach you personally in those programs in a group format, of course, but you can ask your questions. You can talk about what you are up to, what your challenges are. So it will really happen in a workshop style. So it will be actually a workshop and real coaching will happen in this program. I wanted to say one more thing is that, which I missed out at the start is, so Amit is based in Paris, as he said. So you may or may not have realized, but I know this, that it was 6 o'clock in the morning for Amit. And as you saw, it was dark outside. You know, where he's sitting right now, you can see light. Because it's what time now, Amit? You're on mute. You're on mute, Amit.
It's 8:19 now. 8:19.
Yeah, it's 8
8:20.
o'clock. Right. So when we started, like almost 2.5 hours back, it was like 6 o'clock we started, and I'm sure you must have gotten up like at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that is the commitment and integrity that he brings to everything that he does, including the work that he does. So yeah, and I want to acknowledge you, Amit, for that.
Thank you so much, Hemant. I get your acknowledgement and love. I really acknowledge. I get this. It's a joy. This is the purpose of my life. This is the point of my life. If it serves even one bit, that's the source of my completion. There's no other reason why I'm alive. This gives me energy to live on and breathe. Thank you so much. And we are complete as far as this session is concerned, Hemant. If you let them, we are 20 minutes over, so we'll give them some time, if you like, to register, maybe even later, if anybody wants to stay on. But as far as we are concerned, as far as the session is concerned, it's now complete.
Yeah.
Whoever
and
is
if
willing to.
Any of you have any questions about registering into this program, you can email us on the email ID. I'll provide that in the chat, which is info@hemantdeshpande.com. You can write to us on this. If you're connected with Amit or me, you can write to us also separately, no problem with that. And you can also write to this email ID. If you have any questions about the program, feel free to do that. So we can stay in communication and be very clear. You want to participate or you don't want to participate. Be clear about that. If you want to participate, then go ahead, register. And I would highly encourage you to register into this program. This is a very, very powerful start to your year. And it can bring a lot of power to all the areas of your life. Yeah. And Amit has also given, Amit has also given his email ID. Yes, Vinayji. This is 9K for 4 sessions and including GST. So we are taking care of GST also inside of that.
Guys, I'm also bringing you to be present to these objectives that we'll work through as far as these sessions are concerned. It's about noticing if the life seems like walking in resistance. What is it that creates resistance? How can we be more powerful in life? And do I swallow my words? Do I sometimes not say what I want to say, saying no what I don't want to, asking what I need from my bosses or other colleagues, demanding excellence from people under me or with my team or my peers, developing collaborative relationships that will support me. Do I withhold love from those who matter? This is what this session completes. If you wish to have more leadership, a better leadership, if your leadership should have more power, impact, and inspiration, if you would like people to take you more seriously, and if they were moved and inspired with when you spoke to them, if your words, you would like to have more power in them, if you crave more confidence, if you do not want criticism to discourage you, this is what these sessions are about, to create supportive networks. So I leave you with these thoughts. If this particular session still interests you, go ahead and register. And you have the link. We will also put it in the group for you. Thank you so much for participating. We are there for another 5 to 10 minutes, just in case if anybody would like to has any questions. I am here, but this session is now complete. Thanks for bearing with the extra now 30 minutes, almost 25 minutes. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Thank you. It's been lovely to connect with you. Is there anything that I can clarify for anyone? Thanks, Hemant. Thanks for this session. Thanks for making it possible.
Sure, Amit. Thank you. It was really wonderful. Thanks to you for your time and creating such a wonderful conversation today.
Thanks. And I'll take your feedback and see how we can improve the sessions going forward. Yeah, I don't think anybody has any questions going forward, so I think we can call it a day.
Yes. Thank you, Shashiji, for joining. Thank you for people who joined from different parts of the world, especially Shashiji and your friend Shashiji. I missed her name, but thank you for taking out time, and it's late in the night for you. I completely get that. Thank you for your commitment.
Thank you,
for being with
Shashanti.
us.
Thank you, Shashanti.
Thank
This
you.
is my, thank you so much. Thanks for staying all along also. Thanks, Nidhi, for all the encouragement. Thanks, Ravindra.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
And very
Bye-bye.
good session. Thank you.
Thank you so
you,
much.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank you.
Shubhangi, for brilliant introduction. I looked even more brilliant when you were introducing me. Better than who I am. Just
Thank you for that.
Thanks, Padmakshi, for all the help that you made, that you brought to
Thank you,
making this
Amit. It was a
beautifully
wonderful
successful.
session.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And Padmakshi, we will create a feedback form like we created for the last session.
Yes, sir.
And send it to all the people who attended.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ravindra, for staying on. And thanks, Padmakshi's name, somebody else who's there in that name. I do not know. Take care of yourself. Have a brilliant weekend.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So we'll complete this now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye.
Bye.